You need a crown, but there's really no tooth structure left. What does that mean, and what are you going to do about it? A 60-something-year-old woman comes into my office and says, I don't like my crowns. I agree. Let's have a look. When you look at the white, well, we don't like the color and the shape, but in actuality, I'm looking at the gum tissue. It's really not that perfect. You can see that she had multiple surgeries to try and save the root canals that was done, and we're not happy with it. Let's take it off and see what's underneath. Take a look. Tooth number 8, which is the tooth right up here, is missing all of its tooth structure. What happened here? Let's look at the x-ray. Originally, when she went to the dentist to have the crowns made, they realized that the crowns needed root canal treatments, and that is what you see here. They're not great, but they're adequate. She had surgery to block the root canal from the other side right here. That's where the gums, they look like they had a lot of surgery done and scars, but they just used a prefabricated post. These are basically posts that are made out of metal or sometimes plastic, and you stick them into the tooth with some cement and you build up composite over it. The problem with these posts is after a while that composite separates and the whole structure falls apart. So the first time she came to me, I looked at it, I said, well, maybe you should go back to your dentist and have him make something called a cast gold post and core. What does that mean? It's a gold piece that goes in to the tooth right here and builds up a core so you can put a crown on. The advantage of that is that it's one piece. There's no dissimilar materials, so it can hold on for a long time. So she went to the dentist and they made 2 gold cast post cores for both front teeth. You can see them right here. And by the time she got to me and we took off those crowns that she had, this post just came right out. Take a look. It doesn't quite fit in here. You can see the black space around. So basically they relied on cement and not designed to hold it. And just by the fact that it's a gold cast post, it doesn't mean that it's gonna stay. Let's take a look how we address this problem. We decided to leave the post on tooth number 9 in place because it was solid. But the one on number 8 that came right out, we had to re-prepare. As you can see, I cleaned out the canal, and as I cleaned it, I actually made a post pattern out of resin. Here you can see the post pattern made with red resin. And take a look at the difference in the design between the red resin post that I prepared and the original gold ones that came out. You can see that this one is basically pointy and it had a lot of space. The one that I made is more parallel, there's gradations in it, and there's a design that helps lock it into place. So I sent the pattern to my technician, and my technician scanned it and milled on a computer the cast gold post core that we're going to use. Take a look at the difference. This one is tapered, doesn't really stay in place. This one is straight. You can see this was taken on a mirror so you can see both sides. It has a nice core which is taller and has parallel walls so we can make a nice crown for it, and a design to lock it in place. Take a look at the x-ray when we tried it in. It's beautiful. Look how nicely this hugs the tooth and fits perfectly in. There's no space between the post and the root, and I left a little bit of room here for cement. Take a look. This is the x-ray of the post that she came with, and this is the post that I delivered. You can see how much more accurate and more retentive this post is. This is something we can actually use and we can make a crown on. In the mouth, it looks like this, nice and polished. It fits much nicer. It is a little taller so we can make a nice crown on it. And then we went ahead and made beautiful provisionals, temporary crowns, until the tissue heals, and it looks just like this. And when she smiles, it looks absolutely gorgeous. That is a proper cast gold post and core. It requires 2 visits. The first one to prepare the pattern, and the second one to deliver the pattern and make a provisional so we can make a final crown in the future. So now you know. From Prosthodontics and Implant Surgery of Manhattan, where people come in with missing teeth and leave with winning smiles, I am Dr. Zev Kaufman. Leave me comments below and tell me if there's anything else that you'd like to know about the cast gold post core.